Almost there, kids. The Eye of Prancer should be right up ahead, Uncle Sage said, as he led the way up the rocky mountainside. Oh, this is so exciting! So exciting! So exciting! My youngest cousin Wendy, Uncle Sage's daughter, keeps saying it over and over again. Sometimes I think she once swallowed a broken record that won't stop repeating itself. Could you stop saying the word exciting every 3 seconds? I said to her, very frustrated. Aw, don't be so grumpy, Louis, my other cousin Erilyn said to me. I'm not being grumpy, I responded, rolling my eyes. Just 'cause I'm not bouncing off cliffs like a hyper squirrel doesn't mean I'm grumpy, I mutter, adjusting my backpack with one hand while side-eyeing the horizon. Besides, if we're going to find some ancient relic in the middle of nowhere, it better be worth more than my last 3 birthday presents combined. Kicks a pebble dramatically. And no way I'm sharing whatever's down there. Finders keepers. Always has been. Oh, we know, Louis. You're such a killjoy, Wendy said. I rolled my eyes again. So, what is this Eye of Prancer thing anyway? I asked. Oh, I know this! The Eye of Prancer is the right eyeball of the very first Prancer in history. And legend has it, it glows every 20 years, and when it does, they say it's bright enough to light up the whole sky. Now that's something that would make even Rudolph jealous, my cousin Madeline said. I then stopped dead in my tracks. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me we came all this way for a dead reindeer's eyeball? Madeline nodded, as if I was the most normal thing in the world. Yep, the Eye of Prancer is one of the most sought-after pieces of Christmas history. That's right, and we're going to find it, Wendy said enthusiastically. Oh, joy. A glowing eyeball from a dead reindeer? Just the kind of family bonding experience I've been waiting for. I rolled my eyes again, mentally preparing myself for the absurdity of this adventure. So, we're chasing after a piece of Rudolph's leftovers? Fantastic, I sighed, trudging along the rocky path with the rest of the family. And why exactly do we need this eye again? It's not Rudolph, it's Prancer. There's a big difference. Rudolph is the one whose nose glows, and Prancer is the one that, well, prances, Madeline said. And we're looking for it not only because it's one of the brightest light sources ever, but after the first Prancer died, they say a fairy found his body 2 years after he had passed, and that when she flew away after she paid her respects to the deceased and beloved deer, her magic dust from her wings sprinkled down onto the eyeball, and they say whoever touches it will get a very special Christmas wish. A wish unlike any other, but you have to have a loving heart who cares about all life. At least, that's what the legend says, Madeline said. Ugh, a loving heart who cares about all life? That's literally the opposite of me, I scoffed, kicking another pebble off the mountain edge. Let me guess. This whole thing is just some cheesy way to teach us about kindness and giving back. Yeah, real rich, coming from a family that can't even agree on what to watch during Christmas movie night. Hey, can I help it if all Erilyn wants to watch are those old, cheap, and poorly made superhero movies? Madeline complains. Hey, they are not cheesy, poorly made superhero movies. It's like they say, they don't make them like they used to. Madeline shakes her head. Thank goodness for that. Erilyn gives her a look. You just don't have good taste in movies is all. Well, At least I want to watch Christmas movies at Christmas time, instead of a bunch of old superhero movies that your crush is in. You just don't have good taste in movies is all. Erilyn stops and spun around to face Madeline with fire in her eyes. I'll have you know that I do not have a crush on him. And can I help with the fact that he used to be a great actor before he decided to save people off the silver screen? Well, it would be nice if you would stop talking about him in your sleep every single night, Madeline shoots back. I do not talk in my sleep, Erilyn protested. How would you know? You're asleep, so how would you know? Madeline questioned her. Oh my word, this is worse than the time I had to sit through Mom's educational documentary on how Eskimos survive. I groaned loudly, rubbing my temples like this entire argument was physically hurting me. Can we please focus on the fact that we're literally climbing a mountain for a magical eyeball, instead of debating whether or not you have a secret crush on Danny? I then paused. And, as if Erilyn's questionable taste in men isn't as painful as listening to you two bicker about it.
Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I originally was gonna have it to be longer, but I actually, that voice I use, that AI voice I use for this, I got it from 11 Labs, and, I actually have the free plan, and they only allow you to have a certain amount of credits, and I've actually used them all, and I don't think that they'll renew until the next month, so I won't have them again until the new year, if I've got that right. I feel like I still have to figure out more about how 11 Labs works, but from what I've seen so far, it can be very tedious, unfortunately, so yeah, it's not the easiest thing to use, but it seems to be the best, but it doesn't seem to be very easy to use, unfortunately, unless I'm just doing something wrong, because I feel like I still have to figure that thing out. But anyway, so yeah, I hope you enjoyed what I was able to put up for you guys for this video. And honestly, if I ever make an audiobook of this, I really hope I can use that voice, even though that's probably going to be an absolute bear to make, because yeah, unless I can figure out an easier way for me to put more chunks of the story, like be able to paste more text at a time in 11 Labs. I wish I could do the whole thing, which you can, but I'm having trouble with that. Again, I'm not an expert with 11 Labs, as you can, of course, tell. But, yeah. But I do hope to make an audiobook of this and put it on my channel for you guys, because I would love to do that, and I would love to use that exact voice, because I think that voice really captured my main character, Lewis's personality. I think it did such a great job. Like, if he had a voice actor, that's kind of what I'd imagine his voice to be like, kind of. Honestly, I think his voice would honestly be a little bit younger, though, because he's 14, I believe. So yeah, I think his voice would be a little bit younger, but honestly, the voice I used for that audio is pretty close. It's pretty close. It's very close to how I imagine his voice to be. You know, his actual physical voice. Anyway, so, unfortunately, this story has been very slow going. I still need to figure out some things about it, and I'll probably be working on this into the new year. So yeah, you will probably still throughout the year hear, little bits of information about it, because as it is Discovery writer, things tend to go very differently. I am thinking about maybe plotting it some more just so I can try and get this thing off the ground, because so far it's not really going anywhere as of now. Even though I do have some ideas, of course I have some ideas about it, but nothing really is set in stone. And that thing that they were looking for, the Eye of Prancer, that's not the main relic that they look for in this story, but that diamond that's mentioned. Wait, did I mention the diamond? Whoops, no, I don't think I mentioned the diamond yet, but yeah, there is well, I don't really think it's necessarily a diamond. It's a gem, kind of like a diamond, that will be mentioned later on in the story. Oh my goodness, I forget if that was mentioned in the audio, but I don't think so. I think just the Eye of Prancer was mentioned, which the Eye of Prancer is not the main relic. In fact, I don't really intend on them finding it. I mean, it's literally the eyeball of a dead reindeer. I mean, I was trying to think of something Christmassy and something that, because I was having a hard time figuring out how this would begin. I originally had it in mind where they're like having an adventure, and maybe they get into trouble. And they're like running away from the trouble or something, or fighting off something or someone. And they're like, "Where's Lewis?" And then we cut to Lewis, kind of like in The Little Mermaid, where we see like Ariel's sisters, King Triton, Sebastian, and then they see Ariel's not there, and they're like, "Where's Ariel?" And then we see her. But I don't think people really like that anymore. I think people mostly like it when the main character is like the first or one of the very first few characters we see. Because, yeah, in The Little Mermaid, first we meet Eric, his dog, then we see Sebastian and King Triton, their sisters, and then we see Ariel. So, yeah, I can see that would probably not really be well liked anymore. I mean, I guess it could be still done, I suppose, but, I mean, I feel like more so for a book, it would probably be better to introduce the main character first, or like have them be like one of the first few characters we actually meet, which is actually how this goes. Like, we meet Lewis like right away. So yeah, I think people nowadays like that better. And honestly, I think that is kind of better, honestly. I think that does work pretty good. But so yeah, the Eye of Prancer, I don't really intend on them actually finding it. It's just some weird Christmas-related relic that I thought of, to get this story started. Something that they're looking for that they actually don't end up finding. Plus, you guys probably wouldn't want to read about them finding an eyeball anyway. Although, some of you guys may not actually mind it. I'm thinking that the Eye of Prancer might be mentioned again at the end of the story. I don't know if they'll find it. I kind of doubt it, because that is disgusting. That is disgusting. But I don't know. I'm not really sure. Again, not much is set in stone, so I'm not really sure if they ever will find it, but I do know for sure that that is not the main relic of the story. There's something much more thought to be much more valuable that'll be mentioned later on in the story. And I've actually already written the part where they mentioned it, but it hasn't actually appeared yet as of right now. But it'll come, and yeah, this story's kind of slow going, so I feel like I might have to plot this a little bit more, actually plot it, because it is very slow going, unfortunately. So discovering writing it isn't getting it off the ground as of now, so I'll probably try and plot it some. just to see if that'll help me to get it off the ground and get more written of it. And so yeah, but yeah, I don't want to reveal too much about it right now, but I will say that the main character Lewis, and I'm thinking one of the other characters, I'm not sure yet, but I do know that he is going to be in some serious danger here in a couple chapters. He's going to be in some serious trouble, and yeah, I don't want to reveal too much right now, because again, not everything is set in stone, and if I've ever Discovery wrote anything, it's truly this. Although I've that's just how I write, but I feel like, I kind of feel like almost that I probably should have made an outline of this, but I don't know, I just feel like I've never really fully had it all figured out, which I feel like that's the case with a lot of my stories, if not really all of them. But again, that's just how I write. I'm more of a Discovery writer. I don't really like plotting, but considering the fact that I need this thing to get off the ground, I'm probably gonna try that, because what I'm doing now isn't getting it written, so I would like to try and plot it. So I'll let you guys know how that goes, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little bit of information about it. Sorry I can't give you any more as of now, but I will. Just give me some time here and I'll work on it some more. And I'm glad that you guys got to hear some parts of the story. Like, that is literally some of the story that I have written so far. So even though it doesn't really hint to the plot yet, it's just part of the first chapter. It's some of what I've already written, but again, I want you guys to at least hear some of what I was working on. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that, and stay tuned, because I will be posting some more information about it. And again, I'll probably be posting some information about it throughout the new year, along with some other stories. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Bye, and stay tuned.